it's Corrina, your virtual health coach, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about what goes into a healthy meal. We're going to talk about what types of meals promote weight gain and cause belly fat, as opposed to meals that actually combat belly fat and can help you gain control of your weight and feel healthier and more energy as well. So my sponsor today is Chava, and they have created a meal replacement shake. This is actually in a powdered form. And when I was first contacted by this company, I was a little bit hesitant because my philosophy is really that we should be eating real foods in their minimally processed state. And I've talked about that in a lot of videos. But meal replacement shakes and meal replacement powders are becoming increasingly common. And in our crazy, hectic, really busy lifestyles, quick meal replacement shakes and stuff like this really do kind of make a lot of sense. And I understand why people are turning to these types of things. Some of them for weight loss, some of them just because they don't have time to get in a healthy meal. So the topic of meal replacement powders and meal replacement shakes raised an interesting question for me, which is what goes into a healthy meal anyways? What does that mean? And I realized, you know what? This could make an awesome video. So I'm talking about tips to help you eat healthier meals, eat meals that are going to help promote you reaching your weight loss goals, and maybe most importantly, touching on the things that we absolutely want to avoid in order to control our health, reduce belly fat, reduce hunger, etc. So one of the first things that we think about when we think about a healthy meal is the macronutrients. So that's our protein, carbohydrates, and fat. Now, there are a lot of dietary approaches and diets which focus on either counting your macros, right? Paying a lot of attention to the amount of the macronutrients that you're eating and the ratio in which you're eating them. And there are a lot of diets that recommend what I consider to be extreme ratios. And what I mean by that is a high carb diet or a low carb diet, high protein, low fat, etc. And there are a lot of these out there. So my philosophy and my recommendation to you is that rather than having your focus solely on the numbers, take your focus to the source of the macronutrients. What is the source of the calories that you're eating? So a great example is carbohydrates. So the carbohydrates that we get when we eat vegetables and fruits are completely different from the carbohydrates that we get when we eat something like white bread or pasta. And interestingly, they have actually found a correlation between the consumption of refined carbohydrates and belly fat. So here we have a great example of the source of the macronutrient, right? The source of the carbohydrates is significantly more important than the amount of carbohydrates. And these studies have specifically looked at belly fat as an example, but that's a big concern for a lot of us. So my first tip is just to make this one simple change. Rather than focusing on the numbers of calories you're eating or the ratios of the different macronutrients and counting your macros, switch your focus to the source of the macros and paying attention to if you're eating healthy, natural sources of calories as opposed to processed foods, refined carbohydrates, and things like that. And along those same lines, I wouldn't be showing you this product unless I felt like they did an excellent job choosing good sources for their macronutrients, good sources for their ingredients. So just taking a look at this, Chava Tribal Superfood, a blend of organic superfoods and plant-based proteins inspired by ancient wisdom, all your essential nutrients in one. And so if we flip this over and we can kind of take a little look at the label over here. So right at the very top here, we find out that it's vegan, gluten-free, no soy, no dairy, no artificial ingredients, and no preservatives, which right off the bat makes this a significantly more high-quality product than most of the other meal replacements that are out there, because you'll find that most all of them contain soy protein. A lot of them have whey, which would be a dairy product, not to mention artificial flavors, preservatives, etc. So that's a really good sign right there. Then if we look at a couple of these other things, we've got a 250 calorie meal, 7 grams of healthy fats, 9 grams of fiber, 24 grams of protein, low glycemic index. So this is what I've talked about in previous videos, trying to find foods that are going to not spike our blood sugar up really high, not going to cause a big insulin surge, because that insulin surge is what causes weight gain. So from a perspective of trying to find something that's going to not cause a lot of weight gain, not cause or worsen a diabetes type reaction, that low GI is a great thing to look for. And then 26 essential vitamins and minerals. Now on this other side, we've got 100% plant-based protein, omega-3 fats, antioxidants, adaptogens, 17 greens and veggies, and digestive support. So that is the probiotics, which are down here. So once I actually took a look at this ingredient list, I realized, you know what? This is actually a really healthy meal, interestingly. Now, this is really a product that has been designed considering what I feel to be the most important aspects of a meal. And especially if we were to compare this to other meal replacements that are on the market right now, we would really see what an incredible job they did of designing this little meal powder. So looking a little closer at the ingredients, we have this plant-based protein blend. And whether you're a vegan or vegetarian or not, just understand that plant-based protein is a really wonderful, clean source of protein. And whether you eat meat or not, it's still going to be a good idea to get a lot of plant-based protein in your diet. Most people who do eat meat and dairy eat plenty of animal products in their diet. So having a meal every once in a while that's just a vegan meal can actually be a really good idea. So don't feel like you have to be a vegan in order to have a vegan protein powder. By and large, the vegan plant-based protein powders and meal replacements are going to give you significantly more nutrition than a whey protein or soy protein type product, which are quite common. Okay, then we've got the omega essential fatty acids and fiber blend. We have an antioxidant blend. We also have the adaptogen herbs. So this is what they call like medicinal mushrooms. Very good, powerful herbs that are great for supporting the immune system and things like that. And then the super greens and vegetable blend, and the probiotic blend, and digestive enzyme blend. So they have really included a wide variety of different nutrients here. I've brought just a couple of items, some broccoli, kale, spinach, and strawberries. These are just a few of the ingredients in here, but I just kind of wanted to show you that this meal replacement powder, and what makes it so great, is that it actually contains real food. It actually contains vegetables and stuff like that. So that's something that you always want to have included in your meals. Let's talk about why vegetables are such an important part of a healthy meal. Eating a wide variety of different fruits and vegetables is an excellent way to ensure that we're giving our bodies the micronutrients that they need. So we talked about the macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fats, which are very important. But then there's also a whole set of what's called micronutrients that are equally important for the body to function the way it's supposed to. So that's your vitamins, your minerals. And when we eat a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, that's really the best way to ensure that we're getting as many of those different vitamins and minerals as we can, as many of those micronutrients as we can. So another reason that including vegetables with your meal is a really, really important thing to do. So having a side of vegetables or having a salad with your meal, because the digestive tract, when it is digesting vegetables, it actually kind of the fiber in the vegetables kind of breaks down into what could be considered like a gel-like substance. I've never actually seen this gel-like substance, but that's how they describe it. And essentially, it kind of coats the digestive tract. So you have your meal flowing through your digestive tract, and this kind of gel-like coating that forms around it, thanks to those plant-based fibers. Now, what that gel does, number one, is kind of protect the digestive tract, which is going to be an important thing, but it also serves to slow down the passage of that meal through your digestive tract a little bit. And what that ends up doing is causing a longer satisfaction of appetite. Okay, so when you eat vegetables with your meal, you're actually going to stay fuller longer and feel that your appetite is satisfied for a longer duration of time. And who doesn't want that? I mean, that's what we're looking for in a meal, right? How can I satisfy my hunger so that I can, go as long as possible before I'm hungry again? We all know how much it sucks when you eat a big meal and then an hour later or 2 hours later, you're already feeling peckish again. You're already hungry. So that's another big part of what I want to talk about in this video, satisfying hunger and making sure you have vegetables included with your meal. And that good source of healthy fiber, like we saw here in the Chava, is an excellent way to help ensure that your meal keeps you fuller longer. So now let's return back to that idea of macronutrients that we started talking about at the beginning of this video. So carbs, fats, and protein. We already talked a bit about refined carbohydrates and how simply making a switch from eating natural sources of carbohydrates and getting rid of those refined carbs can make a huge difference. So if we look here at some of these ingredients in the Chava, you'll see a lot of foods that I recommend in my videos all the time. So we have organic whole grain brown rice protein. We have organic amaranth, organic quinoa. These are excellent whole grains that give us not only a healthy source of carbs, but they also contain protein, and they also contain a lot of minerals and other nutrients. So again, this is why these natural foods are really the prime choice, because they give us so much, nutritionally speaking. As we move down a little bit in this omega essential fatty acid and fiber section, we have whole grain oats, we have flax seeds. Again, these are things that I discuss a lot of times in my videos. Again, looking at fats as one of those really important macronutrients to include in your meals. Not only are omega-3 fats incredibly important for our health overall, but the presence of fat in your meal is a really important part of signaling the satisfaction of hunger and signaling your, digestive tract to tell your brain your hunger is satisfied and you can stop eating. Fiber is another really important part. So again, this is a wonderful source of fiber. There's also a lot of research that's been done on the correlation between protein in the diet and belly fat. And once again, what they're finding is that not only is the amount of protein an important part of satisfying hunger, controlling our weight, and reducing belly fat, but actually even more importantly is the source of protein. So again, we're kind of back to that original tip, which is don't just focus on the numbers. Think about where is it coming from, and think about not only the quality of the protein that you're eating, right? Is it organic? Is it something store-bought? Is it highly processed? If animal products are your only source of protein, you're missing out on a lot of the other health benefits that come from these more plant-based types of protein. And again, these various studies they've done looking at protein and belly fat, they've seen that the source of protein is incredibly important. It's not just the grams of protein that you're consuming. Another important thing to consider when you're trying to make your meals healthier is to try and cram in as many nutrients as possible and as much variety of nutrients as you can. So this is one thing that I love about smoothies, because it's really easy to just keep adding in ingredients, adding in as much nutrition as you can. Same thing with salads. You can add in nuts, add in avocados, add in strawberries, add stuff into it. And the more nutrients that you add into your meal, the better. And when you're looking at a meal, and you could even kind of try to assess, like, does this have a large amount of nutrients or a small amount of nutrients? That can be a good way to start gauging, what is wrong with my meals? Why are they not satisfying my hunger? Why am I hungry again right after I eat? There's the energetic needs of the body, which are met by carbohydrates, and the kind of structural needs, which are met by the amino acids we get from protein. But those nutritional needs are also really important. And if you're not satisfying your body's nutritional requirements, there's a really good chance you're going to still feel hungry, even if you just ate an absurd amount of calories. So again, we can look at the Chava as a really excellent example, right? They've really gone out of their way to put a wide variety of different nutrients in here. And what they've done is by using a wide variety of different foods and ingredients. So there's actually an entire antioxidant superfruit blend. So there's things like acai berry, maki berry, camu, strawberry, blackberry, blueberry, raspberry, etc. So these superfruits and superfoods in general, basically a food that is called a superfood just means that it is especially dense with nutrients. So your strawberries and blackberries and stuff like that, they contain a lot of antioxidants and nutrients. But these superfood or superfruit berries like acai, camu, and maki contain even more nutrients, even more antioxidants. That's why they're considered superfruits. So things that contain superfoods or superfruits in this case is a great thing to look for, and that should just be a signal that, like, wow, we've got a lot of nutrients. By putting superfoods into their meal replacement, the whole purpose of that was cramming as many nutrients in as possible. So that's a great thing to look for. Moving down this label a little bit, again, we have the adaptogen herb blend, ginger root, various medicinal mushrooms. And then we have this super greens vegetable blend. And this is kind of the sink or swim for me, because if I'm looking for a meal replacement, I know that I want it to contain vegetables. And ideally, a wide variety of vegetables, which is exactly what the folks at Chava have done. So we have chlorella, beet, carrot, spinach, broccoli, tomato, kale, cabbage, parsley leaf, Brussels sprouts, green pepper, cucumber, celery, garlic, green onion, cauliflower, and organic asparagus. So when I saw that they had really taken care to include a wide variety of vegetables, superfruits, healthy fats, protein, I said, now this is a meal replacement powder that I can actually stand behind, that I would actually drink myself, and that I actually want to share with you so that you can have a quick, easy, healthy way to get in a meal when you're on the go. Now, I want to just touch quickly on these last couple sections, the probiotic blend and digestive enzyme blend. I actually did an entire video on the topic of probiotics. Essentially, within our digestive tract, there are a lot of what we call good bacteria. These are bacterial cultures that actually help to promote digestion. They help to, they're a big part of our immune system. So we're constantly eating, we're constantly ingesting various toxins and bacteria and whatnot. That's just bound to happen, right? And so those good bacteria in our gut are constantly working to help just pull the nutrients out of the food and get rid of any of that bad stuff that might be coming in as well. So those good bacteria in the gut are largely under attack by a diet of processed foods. So when we're eating lots of sugar, refined carbohydrates, soda pops, alcohol, these are all things that kill our intestinal flora or that kill those good bacteria in the gut. When that happens, we don't digest our food as well. Our immune system doesn't function as well. We're going to have problems with losing weight or burning fat off the body because the digestive system is just not functioning the way it's supposed to. So, enter probiotics. Probiotics help to feed this good bacteria in the gut. And by helping to keep your digestive tract healthy and functioning the way that it's supposed to, once again, this is going to help with your overall health, going to help with whatever weight loss efforts you might be trying to make. If your body can't digest the food that you're eating properly, what do you think happens to it? It just sits in your digestive tract. We feel bloated. We get belly fat. Right? These are all symptoms of a sluggish digestive tract, which most people have as a result of eating processed foods. So that was really the icing on the cake for me, is that they actually have probiotics and digestive enzymes included in the meal replacement itself. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you found it helpful, and I look forward to seeing your questions and feedback down below. I want to thank Chava for sponsoring this video and for reaching out to me with their product. I definitely think that this is one of the best, if not the best, meal replacement type products that's out there on the market right now. So it tastes great. They have these 2 different flavors, the chocolate and vanilla. I also believe that we even have a coupon code for you guys that you'll find down in the description of the video. So thank you so much for watching. I look forward to hearing from you guys and seeing you again in the next video.